Alright, y'all, we are back with Belle Collective Season 5, Episode 5, More Money, More Problems. Y'all, that intro is still cringy to me, especially since we got Akeisha twerking. Y'all really need to take that down, but whatever, and we pow. It's whatever. So the episode picks back up with Letitia and Marie yelling at one another, and Letitia was like, "Cause I'm cool with everybody in the group." You think so? You know you're not, but we're gonna let you have that. So she invites all the ladies to New Orleans, and Marie asks Letitia if Antoinette is invited, and Antoinette says Letitia is full of crap. Even though she didn't lie, I just felt like it wasn't warranted from you. Like, your point being here is what? So Letitia said, "I was going to invite you, but we taking your invite back. You not coming. So stay home. Go back to your dentist office." And, she wasn't really tripping. Antoinette tells Letitia we wish that her whole storyline wasn't her husband cheating on her. And Marie tells Antoinette, don't attack her husband. And Latrice, I was like, Latrice, man, come get your friend. Social Security comes and escorts Antoinette out, as they should have, because I'm sorry, man, why are you here? Because I would have been popped you in your mouth. I'm sorry, y'all. I used to like Antoinette, but her presence on here, it doesn't mesh with the girls, and she just don't mesh, and her season is up and you're on to bigger and better things. So here is not a place where you need to be. Anyway, Antoinette is outside saying Letitia Pearson is the only problem as it relates to the Bells, and I was like, it's multiple problems in this circle, So of course Letitia starts crying again, and then Tam sits down and talks to Marie, and once again the way that production showed it, once again Marie don't muscle up an apology. She thinks that her behavior was justified. She goes to explaining about, that somebody else called them and told them this. And I was just like, Carlos, if this lady not going to do right, you really need to get her up out of there. But that's not my show. That's his show. We get to the barbershop. Okay. The barbershop, that's where Dee's baby daddy worked. And JJ arrives at the barbershop getting them plaits cut, lined up and edged. Big Willie arrives and he brags about, this is D, baby's daddy, talking about, that's my son-in-law. And it almost felt like it came from a place like you trying to show up that you still have a united front, but your kids are also your united front, but you too stubborn to talk to your kids. You're mad at them because they won't take her side. I just think it's stupid, but we ain't even got to get into that. I just felt like his whole display was cap. So in walks Cliff and Glendale in his medium polo shirt. Now the polo shirt was cute, but it was just a little smidget too medium. So JJ introduced Glendale to his son-in-law and said, yeah, y'all going through the same thing. He going through the same thing with D. You going through the same thing with Letitia. And Glenn was like, no, I'm not. That was old. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. So then Glendale asked, just randomly asked, JJ just randomly asked Glendale, did he just get off of work? I just kind of feel like that was the work of production, asking JJ, filling him in on what Glendale and Letitia had going on, so you can ask about Glendale's work circumstances, so they can have something to talk about. I just feel like JJ is their puppet, is production's puppet right now, and he don't mind as long as he can get some camera time and constantly say God darn it and God darn us to death, and because we tired. Anyway, Glendale tells them he's trying to do his entrepreneurship thing, and When let me say this, when Glendale said it, it just seemed like he wasn't sure of himself, or he was uncomfortable saying it. And I don't think it was something of him being unsure. I think he was uncomfortable because I really don't fool with JJ, and he really don't fool with Willie. And I don't know, but that's just what I saw. I could be wrong. And so JJ asked if he gonna be a rapper. JJ get on my nerves, but that was funny. And so he asked him, so did he get a contract? And Big Willie said, I think that was Big Willie that said, you gonna be a producer? And child, Glendale ain't happy with the way Big Willie been coming at him about his rapping career / skills. And we get to that montage of him. Y'all, we got to that little montage of him rapping to Letitia. That is still funny to me. Because when they showed Akeisha's face, she was like... her and Willie's face was a kiki to me. It was funny to me, okay? I mean, okay, y'all, listen. First of all, Willie was not lying on Glendale and his rapping abilities. It was terrible. It was terrible. I don't know. It was terrible. So Glendale says to Big Willie, he thinks he better than him, and I was like, no, Big Willie, you think that's how you think about Big Willie. You think Big Willie is better than you. I don't know if Big Willie challenges him. Or he's not really threatened, and not jealous. It's not the word I really want to use. If he feels insecure next to Big Willie, because we know that Glendale was the youngest one of the bunch, and I want to say Big Willie maybe younger than Glendale. And so, you see a younger person and they got themselves together, and you still, trying to figure it out. So I was thinking that maybe that could have been a case. So Willie says he hasn't had an opportunity to get to know them, and that's because we gonna call a thing, Willie. You didn't want to get to know them. You complained pretty much the whole time while you was when you was back on the scene, when you started and you was there complaining about being in New York, and this was you kept complaining. You kept making a thing bigger, and so it did probably feel like it was off-putting to them. Although I cannot stand them, your presence and your attitude and your demeanor comes off-putting, and I believe that to be because when Akeisha first came to the scene, Akeisha worked on my nerves so bad because her attitude was just real stank. Okay, it was real stank, but sis has gotten better. So Willie thinks he was being an implant, and Cliff thinks, no, you wasn't being an implant, you was being a female. And Willie said, a woman ain't no B.I. blank blank in his blood. I was like, sir, he called you a woman. Therefore, we are not the B word. Please find a better word. Okay? Cliff says, well, then you got baloney in your blood, and because you acting like and I don't know what he was about to say. And I was like, what does that mean? And it just kind of threw me off, because I was like, okay. And Willie said, baloney, you the only one in here wearing a pink shirt. And I was like, Willie, I think that's salmon. I think that's color is salmon, but I don't know. So Cliff tells Glendale Will is the baloney and JJ is the ring around the red ring around the baloney. I'm sorry, did I snort? I did. That was funny to me. I don't know about y'all, but that was funny to me. So, Glendale finally tells the guys about the trip to New Orleans and extends the invite. JJ says that they need to talk and be on that the dudes need to talk and they really need to come on with a podcast. Willie said he needs to invite Glendale and Cliff to the podcast and kind of talk it out, settle out some stuff, and just go from there. At this point, Cliff and Glendale really don't fool with JJ and Willie, and JJ don't fool with Cliff because of that whole Selena situation. Because y'all remember Cliff and Selena messed around a long time ago, so I don't know. And now JJ has an ally. Willie is his new ally since both of their wives are really good friends. So Cliff was saying something in his confessional about Akeisha's jealous of Latrice, and the rest I couldn't make out. I can't listen. I cannot. So Latrice is at this event called Road to 60 and Tambra. She's at this event called At the Road to 60 where trying to get the people to vote, yada yada yada, and Tambra and Selena shows up, and I was just like, girl, where the rest of these people at? Because this place looked empty, but whatever. The ladies talk about the improv. Latrice said she didn't know how Antoinette was showing up at that place, and I was like, man, that's cap, because that's the reason why you bought her, because you knew what she was gonna say and you knew what she was coming there to talk about. Stop lying. Anyway, Tambra said that she had to talk to Marie with the cameras off. I wonder who idea that was, but if it was Tambra, okay, I let that slide. And she says that they are better, and I'm sorry, that would never make me want to be in a better place with that woman. I'm gonna have to work on my grudge holding. Y'all, I am a Sagittarius. I would take everything down to the basement of Hades, okay? If need be. But I do my best not to. And so she said the mom's not gonna go on a trip because, of course, somebody gotta watch the baby, and I'm pretty sure the mom don't even want to be on his show after what they did to him, after what Letitia did to try to embarrass him. So the mom was like, y'all can have it. It is what it is. Just let me watch my daughter. So Glendale and Letitia are at home, and they have a nice home. I would say that home is really nice. It seems like an older home, but it's beautiful on the outside. It has all of this land. I was just really here for that. But I guess they want to sell it, I don't know, for something bigger. I don't know, but I just kind of feel like, girl, stay in that house. That's a nice house. Just spruce it up. And then Marie before that happens, he tried to play Marie because Marie's single, talking about, well, aren't you supposed to be coming with somebody? Sir, mind your business, because the way it looks, you barely have somebody, okay? But we're gonna let that go. So Marie's upset when she said somebody tried to unalive her, and I was thinking Marie was in the house, child. She said somebody shot up her house, but nobody was home. And honestly, that was insane. I just couldn't even imagine at this point if I agree with Marie, ma'am, you need to move, because no. So we get back to JJ. We get to JJ and Sophia, Shantae, So Gucci, whatever, house, and they invite, and Dee comes over. I really hope Dee is working on her mental health. Dee said counseling wasn't helping, but I think it's a matter of finding the right therapists. And that one person is really life changing. Really, really life changing. I pray she really finds her way. It does sound like, I will say this, it sounds like a bit of, I can't diagnose anybody, but it sounds some sort of postpartum depression. And it does sound like that level of depression that Dee has. I don't know if it's seasonal or what, but I'm gonna just say y'all this real quick, this for free. I found my therapist on OpenPath, but my insurance, my therapist takes my insurance, so even though we're virtual, I really like her. She's very helpful, and I don't have to share that part with y'all, but she's very helpful. I can honestly say from the moment I started dealing with her up until now, it's been great. I see a difference in myself. So I really hope Dee finds the right person. The right person will help you unpack all of that trauma. At this point, I'm over this JJ situation, because at this point I really think JJ is trash. Gucci get on my nerves about these girls, and this Gucci and Selena situation, it's, we don't know unless it happened to us, but girl, goodbye. Dee also says that having a conversation, I want to say they're trying to have a conversation with the girls, but, or was it Selena? They said it would be too soon, and I was just like, Dee, you might want to tread light, stay out of that. That don't have nothing to do with you. Yeah, your mama has something to do with that, but the truth of the matter is, I'm always stand by this. Gucci started. She came in. She got what she got in the discussion, but I will stay out of that. And ma'am, you need to work on your own stuff, your own trauma, because the trauma that you also are dealing with is sitting right next to you and right in front of you. But I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna wish her well. She's such a beautiful girl, and I'm gonna wish her well, because in that next scene we'll talk about that, what was really happening with her. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So JJ, Willie, Akeisha, and Gucci are on JJ and Willie's podcast, and they talk about the lack of intimacy. Akeisha talks about menopause, and I'm like, child, we get it. And the ladies talk about making a schedule for it, and at some point, I stopped listening. They've ended that podcast. Big Willie then tells them about the little disagreement he had with Glendale. They was passing words, and him and Cliff got into it. Akeisha tells Gucci she asked Selena about going to New Orleans, and I'm like, Akeisha, mind your business, stay out of that, because you keep trying to not include her. She is a Belle. If Gucci don't want to be around it, then so what? You want to go, you want your friend to go, but somehow you want this lady to be excluded because your friend and her husband have a problem with them, and I really think it's stupid. If you ask me, it's stupid. Gucci says she's not gonna go if Selena is going, and I was like, girl, get the out of here with that. Whatever. So I guess for me, you can't go on a trip because she's going. You don't have to talk to her. You don't even have to deal with her. Just be on a trip. But you won't be so extra. You won't be so extra. So who's the extra now, sis? Anyway, so we get back to JJ's house, and there is a birthday party for Dee's baby. And y'all, she is so cute. She is cute. And I put a little sidebar. I just felt like that was kind of effed up for y'all to host a whole entire party at your house. Your mom, who was able to come to this party. I don't know the situation, but she couldn't go to her granddaughter's baby shower. It's up to me. I wonder if it's because that husband, that ex-husband or whatever, and that new wife was there. Anyway, but you just couldn't show up to your daughter's baby shower, but you loud and proud about this damn birthday party. The ladies talk, because they have their kids at the birthday party. Why are these big old kids at this party? Child, I don't know. But the ladies talk, and Letitia tells them about her biopsy. Gucci talks about D, and Marie talks about her house being pop-out. And when Gucci explains everything, we find out that D tried to unalive herself, and that is really, really, really unfortunate. And whatever it is, I'm talking about we, like I'm in there helping, but I really hope that she finds her someone to talk to, or a group of supportive friends that she can actually get with and have a conversation with about what she have going on, y'all, because it feels lonely when you feel like you're going through this stuff by yourself. You know, and you feel like you don't have nobody. And I feel like conversations like this, yes, they are real, but I also feel like these should be these own personal conversations, and it should not be on camera. How she agreed to talk about that on camera is beyond me, because to me, that's personal. That's personal. And maybe she wanted to help somebody in the process, but in the process of helping people, you have to help yourself, sugar. And I hope you hearing me. I don't come from no negative place. I'm just saying, I really hope you find a therapist, somebody in a group of supportive friends, and an outlet, and tell your truth and your story. It doesn't have to be on national TV. It does not. You should deal with your stuff in private before even thinking about being on somebody's TV screen and figuring out, you know, what's really going on with you. Because to me, her well-being is way more important than us seeing her on TV. We'd rather know from afar from your mom that you're doing well, without, you know, you having to. We just don't want you to crash out, honey. Okay. Anyway, I just want to point out that I like these tattoos on Marie arm. And I always say, when I see something, I'll be like, I'm going to go get that. I like the butterflies that was sitting right here on Marie's arm, but I want maybe a butterfly or fleurs de lis right here and right here. I'm going to go get that, though. 2025, I get it. Anyway, we head over to Letitia's Enterprise. Pearson's Enterprise or Letitia's Enterprise and Company, baby. I don't know the name of that place. And she's making some, last minute decisions and sprucing up some stuff for this brunch down in New Orleans. Okay. So Cliff stops by at the Enterprise unannounced to talk to Letitia about Glendale and his decision to be an entrepreneur. And you can't talk to your own wife, but whatever. This is what I think. I think that Glendale told Cliff about this a while back. I think Cliff knew a while back, way more than a couple days, way longer than that, about Glendale's thoughts. I also think, this is just my personal thoughts, my personal opinion. I also think that Cliff probably told him some misogynistic crap, like, you the head of your household, you can do whatever you want. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, she can't say nothing to you. Y'all, I believe that in my spirit. I really do. I believe that in my spirit, and told him he didn't have to consult with his wife because he is the man. That sounds like something Cliff would say. And so Glendale decided to do whatever he wanted to do without consulting Letitia, which is why you can't even have a real conversation with her, because you did what you wanted to do and you keep trying to wrap it up in a bow and just instead of telling that lady what it is. Anyway, Letitia asked Cliff, how long have you known? He said about a couple days. Again, I call Cap because I think he's lying. Glendale, he says, Cliff tells Letitia that Glendale isn't probably secure enough to talk about this with her, which to me means my wife, some stuff Glendale probably trumped up on Letitia about his wife not being supportive enough, and you support your wife, and can you go talk to my wife, and then I was just like, Glendale, you already got one foot in the door and one out the door, I hope. But I don't know. So production then decided to add this caption on Cliff, because I ain't understand nothing he was saying. All I know is he was saying he didn't want no parts of it. He just found out. He was surprised. I said, Cliff, get out of my face. And then we find out that Glendale was to tell them purchased the truck. And at this point, this is where the episode ends. I'm over it. I'm going to bed because they done stressed me out. And we'll find out what's going to happen next week, y'all. But as a favor to moi, comment, like, and subscribe, please. And thank you. And I will come to y'all in the next video.